All right, now that the CeeDee Lamb deal is done, all eyes turn to Dak Prescott and his future. If I'm Dak, there is no way I'm signing an extension with the Cowboys before week number 1. I think it makes no sense. Even if Dak wants to stay in Dallas, makes no sense for him between now and week number 1 to sign an extension. Let's dive into why. First things first here, we got to realize Dak has the leverage. Right? The question isn't, should Dallas extend Dak? The question is, should Dak want Dallas? Because that's the reality. Now that the Cowboys have locked up CeeDee Lamb long term, they aren't paying him almost $35 million a year to catch balls from Jimmy Garoppolo, Trey Lance, after what we saw on over the weekend, woof, Gardner Minshew, Derek Carr. If Dak Prescott leaves in free agency, there is no quarterback the Cowboys can acquire that is equal or better than Dak. And you are not paying a receiver top flight money to catch balls from scrubs. Look at the Raiders and Devontae Adams, the problems that's causing right now. You can't have that same situation down in Dallas. So the Cowboys don't have any leverage. They need Dak, and Dak knows it. That's why the question is, does Dak want Dallas? He holds all the power. He holds all the cards. He writes the number down on the sheet, and Dallas is the one who has to match it, not the other way around. He has all the power. And if you're Dak, now with the leverage on your side, you also have to realize and ask yourself, do I want to be in Dallas? Is Dallas the right spot for me? And my answer to those questions are no. Dallas is not the right spot for Dak because they don't respect him. Look around the league. Tua Tagovailoa got paid by the Dolphins. Trevor Lawrence got paid by the Jaguars. Jordan Love got paid by the Packers. All three of those quarterbacks got shown love from their respective team, despite the fact that they have accomplished nowhere near what Dak has accomplished. Their resumes all pale in comparison to what Dak has accomplished throughout his career and even the last few years in this most recent deal. Yet, those three teams still felt like, we like our quarterback. We're going to show our love monetarily. Yet the Cowboys are out here looking at Dak, who just finished in 2023, second in the MVP voting, led the NFL in touchdown passes, and was top 2 in both completion percentage and passer rating. They're looking at Dak saying, yeah, it's not good enough. We got to see some more from you. Go out there and prove it here in 2024. Then maybe we'll consider signing you long term. That is disrespectful. That is outrageous behavior for a team that has no options outside of Dak and has a very, very grim future if he leaves. There's no mechanism, there's no power right now the Cowboys have to keep Dak long term. They can use a franchise tag. He's on the last year of his deal, so if he reaches free agency, he is gone for nothing. The Cowboys disrespecting Dak, he has to look at that and say, I'm better off somewhere else. I'm better off going to a team that actually appreciates what I bring to the table. I'm better off going to a team that actually appreciates me, that wants to pay me, that wants to feel like they are privileged to have me as their quarterback. Is Dak the best quarterback in the league? Hell no. Is he problematic in the playoffs? Absolutely. But is he a top 10 quarterback? Yes. And every single quarterback that's better than him, you can't acquire him. No team can get him. No one's trading for Patrick Mahomes. No one's trading for Jalen Hurts. No one's trading for Joe Burrow. Dak is the best of the rest. And so if he reaches free agency, he would be by far, I think, the best quarterback to ever reach the free agent market at that point. Tom Brady ended the hill. I know he won a Super Bowl, but Dak is younger, in his prime, and right now playing at the height of his career. He will get paid and he will have a ton of suitors. And so now if you're Dak, it's not only, I'll get probably shown love by other teams in free agency more than I will at Dallas. It's also you have to ask yourself, is Dallas the best place for me to win a championship? And you quickly look around the league and realize that answer is no. There are plenty of brighter spots out there across the NFL that put him in position to win a Super Bowl or give him a better chance, we'll say, to win a Super Bowl than right now in Dallas. When I got three teams right off the top of my head here, you look at 2025 and beyond, there would be better landing spots for Dak than Dallas. How about the Jets? If Aaron Rodgers retires after 2024, there's still a lot of young talent offensively and defensively that isn't going anywhere, even if Aaron's not there. Look at the Steelers right now, who are just, talk about inept at quarterback between Fields and Russ. 2024 is going to be a nightmare for Pittsburgh, but they still have some talent there, offensively and defensively. And look at Seattle. Does anyone trust Geno Smith with that offense? They got a lot of good weapons, a lot of young weapons for the most part as well on that Seattle offense. I don't think Geno's getting the most out of them. I don't think Geno's a very good quarterback. You put Dak in that Seattle offense with DK Metcalf, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Kenneth Walker. Watch out. Those teams right there give Dak a better chance to win compared to staying in Dallas. So if you look at right now, everything that surrounds Dak and his future, he has all the cards. He holds all the leverage. So even if he wants to stay in Dallas and he wants to be a Cowboy for life, he'd be foolish to sign before week 1 because he's leaving money on the table. You play out 2024. You reach free agency, or at least even hold the threat of free agency over the Cowboys' heads after the season, you are getting paid whatever the hell you want. $60 million bare minimum. So even if you want to stay in Dallas, your leverage and your payday goes up by waiting until after this season compared to signing now before week number 1. But he's better off leaving. He's better off going away from Dallas and going to a team that actually respects him, wants him, appreciates him. Not to mention gives him a better chance to win a Super Bowl. Some of those teams we just listed before do that. So if you're Dak, why on earth would you sign an extension with Dallas? Why on earth would you sign an extension with Dallas right before the season starts? It makes no sense. There is not a logical reason right now for you to extend your contract with the Cowboys, throw away your free agency, and tether yourself to what feels like the Titanic moving forward here for the Cowboys in the next few years. It would be a big, big, big mistake. Now, if it happens, it's not because Jerry Jones caved. Let's just get that straight here. Again, the Cowboys have no leverage. If Dak foolishly and incorrectly decides to sign an extension with the Cowboys between now and week number 1, it's happening because he wants to, because he gave the final okay. It's not Jerry caving. It's Dak acquiescing. Dak has the leverage here. Now that CeeDee is signed long-term, that only increases the leverage for Dak. Use that leverage to your advantage. Take the Cowboys for a ride. Don't sign an extension before week number 1. Make it to free agency and go somewhere where you are appreciated and loved. What are your thoughts about this? If you're watching on YouTube, Ryan Hickey's a channel. Comment in the comment section as well. Should Dak sign an extension before week number 1? Is he hurting himself by locking up his future long-term with the Cowboys if, in fact, he is the next Cowboy to sign a long-term extension before the season does start here? If you're listening on our podcast feed, thank you for checking us out there. Hick at Night, Night spelled Nite. 2 ways you can contribute, either on YouTube. Again, Ryan Hickey is the channel name. Go right to the video, comment in the comment section, or tweet me, Ryan_Hickey and the number 3. What should Dak Prescott, now that CeeDee Lamb is done, what should he do with his future? Stay in Dallas or explore his options in free agency?